Evening. Looks like it's 23:38, 100 hours. Why don't we have dinner together? Why not? Now we got meatloaf. We got peas. We got some mashed potatoes, butter and sour cream, lots of pepper and salt. You know, only really confident people willing to eat in public by themselves. You know, and we all got a mouth. We all got to swallow. We all got to chew. Ain't that how it is, huh? Some of us have a tiger. It's like, what you got over here? Right, Tigger? That's right. So, I've touched on this topic so many times. As there's some really deep spiritual knowledge within it. That's why it keeps coming up again. Because Spirit keeps bringing it to my attention. Something about dogs and cats. And Tigger, make sure she's the only one that matters. At least 2 minutes a day. If you're making video, well, it's a long 2 minutes, isn't it? If you gotta look at her butt. Just might as well eat fast while you gotta stare at her. Do you mind? Can you move? No? You wanna give me a kiss though? Okay. That's why you're a sweetie. Mm-hmm. Okay, seriously though. So there's this irony, right? You know, we always think, for instance, if we have one animal or pet, we need to get two. So they got each other. Well, ironically, when it comes to cats, that's more likely true. When it comes to dogs, it's less likely true. Dogs are already pack animals. And if they have none of their kind around, then they'll be more likely to listen to you, serve you, be there for you, and accept you and balance. If there's two, oh man, because they're using both, they're balancing both sides. At the same time as they don't need each other, they got you. They don't need you, they got each other. Isn't that like human nature, right? Cats, on the other hand, female cats are the best of all pets that I've ever really known. You'd think, oh, two female cats, especially as a male, they're gonna fight over me. Yeah, but they have to balance their hierarchy. And yeah, neither of them can have me because I'm a human being. So then the structure is balanced. Naturally, apart from what anything can really see or understand, but it's clear as day. Dogs, on the other hand, So they need you to teach them everything. And if you're not willing to train yourself, you're not willing to train your kids. At the same time as you're not willing to be there for your kids every time your kid needs something, to serve them and to get up and do exactly what they need exactly then. And put the Band-Aid on all their wounds. Give them whatever they need. They need $20. You give them $20. They come first, 24 hours a day. If you can't do that for a dog, then how are you gonna do that? Then so that's the balance. That's why they got everybody see God and dog. Yeah, there's no backwards. There's no forwards. What's upside down? The dog's gonna need more attention, especially if you got to pair them, than you to yourself, like self-care, then your husband, then your children. Even if you have a baby, the dog's going to require, especially if you didn't train it, you to be on the fucking ball every 2 hours. If you didn't train it and you didn't train yourself, how are you going to be there? So then it illuminates, holy shit, everything's out of balance. Having to get back home. If I'm the adult, male, female, 16-year-old boy, whatever. See, it's easy if you're a 16-year-old boy and your dog's your only friend. Because the dog's going to be everything about you, and you're going to be everything about that dog. That's the only time it really works out right. When you're outside, the dog's going to be all about you, but all about everything else. The dog's going to bark. Because it's like, apart from its pack, and apart from its kind, but even with its own kind, what dogs do. You ever seen a wolf pack? Yeah, they're all together. They're all apart. They have a hive mind. Every single one of them's stupid. It's kind of weird like that. Cats are so much more like people. See a pack of lions or tigers or whatever. It's pretty easy to see human nature in that. The dogs are the most removed. And the most like the problems. And you can't take care of something that automatically, if you already have an older cat, you get a kitten, it automatically sees, oh, cat's pooping this box. It just follows its own kind and does that. They have to balance their own hierarchy between each other, or however many there are. And yet, there's something missing. They always want to kill something. There's nothing to kill. And yet, a dog is going to have a hard time with that one. Not necessarily like killing, like animals. But the wind blows. Bark, 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 bark. There's a kill. I'm bored. Here, I'm going to eat your shoe. Here, I'm going to eat the sock. Cats, especially if there's a balance, they're only going to poop, pee where they're not supposed to. there's an imbalance in the environment. At the same time as sometimes it only takes one instance and boom, it's like everybody knows. Okay, good to go. Not gonna do that again. But a dog, you can come home every day. Kick that fucking dog as soon as you walk in the door. It might take 10 minutes. That dog will be sitting at your feet, begging for attention. That's kind of like people going to work, right? Especially if you live in Washington, D.C. Just keep going back. So there's this delicate and not so delicate balance that everything has to deal with. It's just for human beings. And everything is around us is meant to guide us. And we're the dumbest of all beings. Especially if we can lean on our spouse or our kids, our cult, our church, our profession. Instantly, you turn into like a shitty cat. Yeah, you don't need anything. You know where we found. Same time as every time we show up, it's like fucking barking at the wind, chewing on somebody's goddamn shoes. Or you'll let somebody kick you every fucking day and still come back. Because you're afraid of being alone. Ain't that tricky? Luckily, see, cats are so attentive. And the best part is, how much they sleep. Even though my cats and I are trapped pretty much in this room, they need a window, this and that. I have it set up so there's lots of places to sleep, lots of places to walk, because they don't want to touch the ground. Don't want to lay on this level, on this stand, this level on this stand, this level on this stand. And they're happy. Unfortunately, it looks like since my family didn't know about how to raise pets or children, even up to this very day, no matter how old they are, and they've never raised a child or an animal, a pet yet. It looks like Snowflake's not going to come in here anymore. Even though I cured his diabetes. But now, on top of his sex drive is going nuts. And since he's never been fixed, his front claws weren't taken out, which automatically tells them, just like my brother, trying to defend somebody or whatever, punch me in the face. Defending nobody. And going against his brother. The only one that's like him. So he has to double balance everything apart from everything. As the biggest slave and a boss of nobody. And everybody's going to take advantage of him, but they'll all be there. And I know what that's like in my own way. And yeah, Snowflake's pretty awesome. But at the same time he thinks he's God. And he's the biggest baby in the entire fucking house. And he never been with his own kind. But his problems have never been solved. Meaning, well, as soon as, like for instance, Sophie, as soon as her claws were taken out, it fucking calmed her ass down. At the same time as, if there's a threat like when Snowflake comes in as the little sister, it'll be like, leave my sister alone. Get out of here. Snowflake doesn't, because they can't see each other's claws. The threat's enough. They don't need to actually hurt each other. So that's real boxing gloves. At the same time is, it really calmed her down so she ain't hurting me. And she realizes she has to think before she acts because she can't just climb shit. And so then that centered her. And same with, so Snowflake has never been fixed. Well, she's got this testosterone and nowhere to put it, and you never even seen a female cat. Well, so his new thing is, I don't know if he did it before I moved in and all this, but he begs. He'll pound at the door. He begs to come in. He'll cry and cry and cry. And then when he comes in, today, he was walking around with the stream of pee coming out his back. And he's just walking around with a fucking straight ass like garden hose. Everywhere he goes. Just spraying, not even spraying. He's just urinating as he walks. And everywhere he sat down at, there was a fucking wet spot. Like a big ass fucking pussy, just drowning everything in his scent. Ain't gonna get none. But he wants to spend time with us. There's no way to train him. See? He solved problems right up front. Or, well, see? It causes the animal, the child, distress for the rest of their life. And that's what most men are. Just walking around with their dick out, basically. Even when it's not out, they might as well be pissing on everything. They always got somebody to back them up. Their dad. Who didn't raise them right. Otherwise, they wouldn't do that. At the same time as, in my instance, never had a dad. I had multiple dads. Absent ones. Abusive ones. And somehow, I was always able to hold it here. But no other guy I've ever met can hold it here. There. Or apart. Together. Anywhere. All insecure. All totally overconfident. And apart from within. Whatever the fuck that could mean. Because where you at, man? And that's what the Buddhists call the soul. The Atman. Atman. Where you at, man? And the Buddhists, they're the ones that didn't have parents. And cast out from society. And beat the fuck out of themselves. Starve themselves. Did whatever in the corner. Together and apart. Share at the wall. Yo, whoa, 8 hours a day. Ma, ra, what are we doing it for? Fucking take rocks, beat them together, fucking build a temple. For what? So that everybody can come and say, oh, look, we're at church. Yeah. And then come and go. And be like, fuck, they didn't even leave $1 for us to eat. There's fucking 20 of us here. Built this fucking temple. God damn. Cocksuckers. But they all say, oh, they know God. They know God. They know family. They know what it's like to have or not have. Mm-hmm. So it's a man, right? Because you can be all them things at once, no matter what. Here, there, anywhere. Only temporarily, for just a small period of time. With Sophie, she's still young, had this thing where she was going under the bed and pooping. Never had to happen before. Weirdly enough, it was only the moment I got a new rug. And it had to do with being in a strange environment. And not being able to go upstairs and see out the window because there's dogs. And there's another cat. And so being trapped. And maybe I wasn't cleaning the litter box soon enough. She'll let me know. At the same time it doesn't matter, right? Pooping on poop. If you're going to go poop, trained, well, it only goes in here. It only goes in here. Even if there's no litter, there's just poop. And I'm pretty attentive, but I've had to go through a lot. And so there's been challenges. Being somebody that takes care of everything, but nobody will take care of me whatsoever. And I have to put all my energy into some bullshit and never get anything back from it. There she is in the litter box right now since I just mentioned it. So it doesn't look like Snowflake's going to be around here anytime soon. I'm glad he's better about his diabetes. But my brother's not going to make sure he has fresh water to the hilt. A fucking gallon of it at all times. So whenever he has the opportunity, he's going to go upstairs and he'd drink out of the dog's bowl. He'll stand there for fucking 10 minutes and just lap and lap and lap and lap. All about that water. All about that water. All about that water. Fucker came and get $6 for my brother to get $350. But he'll bring me some booze. He'll take me out and pay for $20 worth of booze. He'll say, "No, don't write out a check. Here, I'll go get it. Here's my card. Give me gas and get us a 30-pack. I need $6. Motherfucker makes $3,000 a month and has 0 bills. He ain't got $6. Not even if it's gonna be a return on investment. That doesn't even matter. Family secondary. It's so fucking weird how people are. And what's respect? What's disrespect? Because anything I tell him that's respectful cause him to act up like a fucking dog that wants to shit on the rug. But then I don't have anything to do with him. Then he'll show up and he'll suck up and act like he's the man. Be like, I got this for you. But then when I want something, need something, he ain't got my back. Whether we go to a party, and as soon as anybody wants to fight me or has any problems, he'll join their side and fucking I'll have to deal with my brother. I can drink with my brother, but as soon as I need a drink or need my brother for something, he ain't there. But anytime I need to give him some information and help raise him, because I'm the only fucking man he's ever known his entire life, then that's just gonna go right fucking through and come back, and he's gonna want to shit on my floor, kind of thing, punch me in the face, because I disrespected his friends, I disrespected his God, but he doesn't believe in God. I didn't fit in a box, but he always wanted to be just like me. Fucking irony, right? Manhood. Yeah. Everybody's fucking as far apart as could possibly be. And I was end up with somebody. It's like all about me. To the point where they'll like go into excess. They'll give me anything. And then as soon as everything's going comfortable, then they'll destroy everything, including their own life, in order to make sure that I get buried, and then they'll always have somewhere to go and have everything they needed anyway. And then be like, well, I gave him everything. I did all this stuff for him. Well, remember that time? But there's never any fucking X. There's never any fucking spot. There's never any fucking stone. There's never any fucking together. What the fuck is up with that? And that's why the world has been made the way it is. So we can bitch about however the fuck they want. If they got anything they need, especially in the excess, to fucking go to any events, blow money on events, or go hang out at the bar and go with their friends or anything, fuck them. Pretty much. Because, well, can you balance the rest of the time? Where's the budget? Can you live on nothing? And still to be there for everyone. With nothing. Or you're going to be the one stuck on your mama's toes. Begging for something. Or you're going to pick everybody else up on their own shit and get nothing back all the time. So, what's a dad? What's a mom? What's a son? Who's a fucking daughter? Earth. And that's what we eat, right? Just like head, ears, and heart. But anybody that truly has nobody and is disabled probably is closer to understanding God, motherhood, fatherhood, being a good son, daughter, more likely than anybody else, as the most disadvantaged. Isn't that ironic? I go to school about 6-7 hours, so I can learn how to get that money that I already embody greater than anybody I've ever met, just so I can stack it up, so I have it to myself, because there's nobody to do anything for me except for the system. But that's all apart and just set up that way. So, what a coinkydink. But anybody that's supposed to be there for me can't be. Unless it's, let's put it on demon time. Because they're going to take it back and they're always going to have excess. And when it's for the right reasons, they're going to be missing in action. And they'll never be missing. They'll always be there shining their fucking fancy car. Be like, well, this is my house. I own it. My name's on the title. Look, I got my own room. Look, this is my drugs. Look, this is my money. Ain't gonna help anybody out. Unless it's just to fucking knock them down at the same time as want you to come suck my D. 2929 right there. Yeah, that's bye-bye. Whoa, what's fucking gay, right? Who's bi? If we can't just balance it, humanity. Peace.